Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland. We're back in Philadelphia at Pier 42 Beach. Action has started here in our final. Been some very unusual circumstances. A lightning thunderstorm passed through. It has knocked out our up camera. It scared us off the platform. We got down, we got back up, we got down, we got back up, and now we're starting to play. It is still overcast, and Smith and Stoklos are playing against Smith and Vandeweghe. As you can see, the crowd has definitely thinned out. A few of the brave souls are sitting in the bleachers, but after what happened at the U.S. Open, Paul, people are a little worried about lightning.
Hey, didn't Leroy Burrell just set a new world's record for the 100 meters? I was out of here faster than his 9.9. A few hardy souls, but we had a tremendous thunderstorm, rain, blowing wind, and but out here we are playing some volleyball. Smith and Stoklos doing extremely well in these conditions, up 4-1 at the first side change.
Smith and Stoklos jumping on top. Keep in mind, they only have to win 1 game to 15, and they are the champions. Vandeweghe and Smith have to win 1 to 15 and then 1 to 7. Okay, we'll continue with our coverage on Prime Network. Our score, St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos leading brother Andrew Smith and Brooke Vandeweghe. This is our final here on Prime Network. Lightning and rain has knocked out our upper camera. We are covering from down below. A rain-delayed, lightning-struck tournament. No, the lightning did not hit anybody, but after the U.S. Open last week, people a little concerned about it, especially Randy Stoklos. He was definitely concerned, as were we. And so now we are covering the tournament in hopes to get it in without another lightning strike and without more rain. So Andrew Smith and Brooke Vandeweghe, who played so well in our semifinal, trying to climb the mountain here. What are their chances, Paul?
About as good as there's lightning striking out here again. I think it's cleared up. I think St. John and Randy have rested a long time. I think the rainstorm frustrated them because they wanted to get out here and finish it off quickly. I think their concentration is high. And Andrew and Brooke have a chance, but they've got to come back from a poor start. They've got to block balls, get into a good side-out rhythm. They have a chance if Brooke Vandeweghe blocks a lot of balls. 12th time in 13 chances. Smith and Stoklos have won 8 tournaments. And that ball wheeled out of bounds. Another point for Smith Stoklos. So Brooke Vandeweghe, who's played so superbly, but now he has to go up against the kings of the beach, St. John Smith right there in the purple headband, and his partner Randy Stoklos. Let's remember in the finals of the winners bracket, these same two teams, the result 15-1 to that man right there and his partner Smith and Stoklos.
Historically, St. John Smith has dominated his brother Andrew Smith in beach volleyball. However, the one tournament that Andrew Smith did win back in 1989 with Dan Verbalovich, he beat St. John and Randy in the finals.
Got to give a lot of that credit, of course, to St. John's partner Randy Stoklos, blocking, jump serving, best setter on the beach. Brooke Vandeweghe, that man right there, got to score some with his serve, block a lot of balls in his matchup with Randy Stoklos.
Wind is still blowing. Vandeweghe trying to concentrate. 5-1 is our score as St. John Smith gets the side out. As usual, we will be presenting our Killer Loop Kill Award today. That is the most kills in the final game. $500 gift going to the player that registers the most kills in the final game or match. And that is presented by Bosch & Lomb, the official sunglasses of the AVP. Andrew Smith thumps one down. So Smith and Stoklos going against Smith and Vandeweghe.
Where the wind really changed, Chris, in the semifinal. We were talking good side, bad side, the wind blowing. Look at Andrew's eyes. He's ready for this finals.
Yeah.
Wind was blowing right into Andrew's face. Now the wind blowing across the court.
Stoklos. And Stoklos pounds it down the line. So Randy Stoklos getting a kill as play continues. 8 wins this year. His record 1987, 16 out of 23 that year. He's also won the International World Championship of Beach Volleyball with St. John this year in Rio. Working on Andrew. And Andrew shuffles one by Stoklos.
Serves pretty even right now between Andrew Smith and his partner Brooke Vandeweghe. Each have received 3. Smith and Stoklos surprisingly also, they each have 3 kills.
So Brooke Vandeweghe, his brother Kiki here watching today. John down from New York where Kiki is now living. And that jump serve is long. Once again, we're covering from our low cameras, rain and lightning knocking out our high cameras, our high camera position. So you're going to see a lot of ground action today, at least in our final. See what the players see. And then they face the Kong of Stoklos. And a big hit by Big Randy. Another point.
Setting error by Andrew Smith. Set the ball too close to the net. Randy Stoklos able to get over, make the shot impossible by Brooke Vandeweghe. And then the good transition. Randy just ripping cross court. When Randy's swinging without taking a good look at the court, he wants to go cross court.
Stoklos will put the ball in play. Went to UCLA for a couple of years. And a timeout now going to Andrew Smith and Brooke Vandeweghe. Was that a 20? It was a 20-second timeout. So Smith and Vandeweghe talking it over. As Paul told you, no success in the winner's bracket. Only scored 1 point against Smith and Stoklos.
10 seconds.
And they just got off to a bad start. They're talking about how they can turn it around. Vandeweghe in the green on the right. Andrew Smith in black on the left.
Okay, here we go.
Smith and Stoklos, of course, on the other side. You probably know them. You've seen them millions of times. If you follow our coverage, there's Big Randy Stoklos. 6'4", 210 pounds. Been pro for 9 years. Vandeweghe hitting inside.
The only hope, I think, for Smith and Vandeweghe is if they get in a long, hot, consistent side-out streak. And Andrew Smith can set the ball extremely well. One of the best things he does. And they need to get very, very smooth in these conditions. Good passing required by Brooke Vandeweghe.
Andrew, who will serve. And Stoklos rips one cross court.
Just thumping the ball. And Smith and Stoklos must be so fresh. They played the minimum number of games, having advanced right on through the winner's bracket, then resting for a long, long time. And no problems here.
6-1 is our score. Smith Stoklos have the lead. And St. John Smith, the all-time leader in professional beach volleyball tournaments won, will serve. Vandeweghe rejected by Stoklos. Point number 7.
First stuff blocked by Randy Stoklos, but when he doesn't stuff the ball, he gets the good deflection. Smith will set him and they'll score. We've seen that earlier, and also he takes away so much court that Smith is able to dig around him either cross court or down the line.
Smith and Stoklos 7 wins last year. And Vandeweghe, a little back flipper.
Excellent shot. Brooke face-to-face with Randy Stoklos at the net, saw that he was already committed, singeing down the line as well, just the reverse pokey into the cross court. Nice play.
Vandeweghe got off to a fast start with Rudy Dvorak. They played together a number of other tournaments but did not play well, finally broke up. Now Vandeweghe with Andrew Smith, and Vandeweghe getting a lot better quality of partners this year. He's played with John Hanley and a number of the big boys. Vandeweghe has it. Chance for a point. Not yet. Beautiful dig by Smith. Can he put it away? Yes! He does. Bouncing it off Vandeweghe and into the crowd.
Deep middle. Not a great set. 7 or 8 feet off the net, but going deep middle, and Brooke Vandeweghe knows he's seen that shot a million times, playing against St. John, practicing against him during the week at State Beach.
Vandeweghe won $5,250 in that first tournament, taking the split. Also got a 4th in Fort Lauderdale, which was worth $2,600, but this is going to be another big payday for him. Vandeweghe off Stoklos. Vandeweghe told me once if he could play with anybody on the beach, it would be Randy Stoklos. He thinks that Randy is the best player on the beach. Many people do. And he would be his ideal partner. Can he play with Stoklos? Not yet. Smith brothers still around.
I think there's about 40 guys who would their ideal partner would be Randy Stoklos. Every up-and-comer who plays on the right side wants to play with Randy Stoklos. Not for a while.
Brooke Vandeweghe and Andrew Smith making it into the finals here. They really paved their way by knocking off Tim Hovland and Kent Steffes, who did not play well this week. As Stoklos puts the ball down.
Can't be forgotten, a big win by Smith and Vandeweghe also over Akitabi and Frohoff in the semifinals. They played extremely well. Stoklos getting much stronger offensively, I think. People serving him here midway through the Pro Beach Tour. He's just hammering off the block.
Just out of bounds. Stoklos saying it hit. Bobby Clark going to ask John Martin. Smith says it's in. And you would too if you served it. It's going to go out.
He says Sand hit the line clearly.
So the jump serve long.
But he said
And Bobby Clark said, I got a good look at it. It's out. Here we go.
So Bobby called it in.
Not anymore, he did.
Here we go.
Well, he respected the call of his linesman, who's right there. That's his responsibility. Heard the explanation from John Martin and went with it.
7-1 is our score. Smith Vandeweghe trailing by 6. And the dig cannot be converted. Kind of an easy dig for Brooke Vandeweghe. Should gobble that one up.
Right in the rocking chair, down on his knees a little bit. But those are the plays that they absolutely have to make if they're going to compete here on an even footing with the best team in the world.
Once again, weather has knocked out our high camera positions from the end zone and from the 50-yard line, so we're taking all action from low angle. A little unusual, but under these circumstances, certainly understandable. Lightning, thunder, and rain moving through this area. And it has played havoc with this tournament. 7-1 is our score. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland with you from Philadelphia. And that one spins long. So both teams having some trouble getting their serves in. As St. John Smith sets to put the ball in play. And Vandeweghe going over the top. Interestingly, Stoklos choosing not to block the last couple of times.
Well, he noticed that Andrew Smith's sets were drifting way off the net. Pretty good choice, I think. Vandeweghe made a nice shot.
We're at the Miller Lite Philadelphia Open. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland. This is final action. St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos leading Andrew Smith and Brooke Vandeweghe in our championship final, 7-1. Smith and Stoklos got off to a very quick charge early, 4-1, have extended the lead out to 7-1, and they are playing very, very well. Smith and Vandeweghe have been a little slow coming out of the chute.
Started on the bad side, didn't control the ball well, and Smith and Stoklos, after a long, long rest and wait, not only as teams eliminated themselves, but also because of the weather delay, they were able to come out and get off to a good, quick start.
That serve out of bounds, so both teams making some service errors. 4 service errors in the match so far. Smith has 2 of them. That's St. John Smith. This is his brother Andrew. And he makes another error. So the wind blowing right into Lake Delaware, or River Delaware, whatever it is over there. The Delaware River, I should say.
The one between us and Jersey.
Smith and Stoklos. One tough match with Johnson and Powers, and look what they did to Andrew Smith and Vandeweghe, the tournament trail. 15-1. That was in the finals of the winners bracket. That's trouble. Stoklos to Smith, and Smith. S. Smith puts it away.
What a great read by St. John Smith. The dig by Randy Stoklos, one-handed. Now immediately St. John recognized he can't set this ball close to the net, rips it, bounces it right off this temporary surface.
34 years old. Some people think he can play till he's 40. Maybe longer, who knows? Right on the net. Oh, and Brooke Vandeweghe conks it straight down. Stoklos thought that was coming over.
I didn't see the net.
It was kind of a blind Kong. Smith and Vandeweghe playing a number of more matches.
I didn't see him hit the net.
6 matches in all.
And look what the marathon that we just concluded, 18-16 over Johnson and Powers, and then here's the Akatubby Frohoff. The score looks easy, but that match took about an hour and 10 minutes. Nice ace out here by Brooke Vandeweghe in the husband and wife territory, right up the middle.
So Vandeweghe serves up the lollipop, and it licks its way right down the middle of the court for point. We're coming back. Smith and Stoklos have the lead. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland back at the Miller Lite Philadelphia Open. A thinning crowd has been thinned out very appreciably by lightning, thunder, and rain. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland, we're still here. And once again, our upper cameras have been knocked out by the weather, so all the shots you will see today are from the low cameras. Our handheld cameras, our camera team doing a great job under difficult circumstances. The tournament was delayed for about 45 minutes while we waited for lightning and thunder to roll through. And now we are told that there's no more lightning coming. And if we see any, we'll be sure to pass it on as soon as we can.
I keep checking in my rearview mirror.
I do too.
I'll do my Henry Burrell again.
8-2 is our score. Smith and Stoklos leading. And Stokey with a jumper. Outside goes Andrew Smith. And a side out.
Andrew Smith, very effective from the left side, hitting away from his body. This is the shot that Randy Stoklos wants to take away. Does he get far enough into the angle? No. He's lined up head to head on Andrew Smith, giving him good swinging room.
So Andrew Smith, one of the top professional models in the world. He's worked for Ralph Lauren for 10 years. Discovered on the beach, sitting, waiting for his volleyball game to come up. As St. John, his brother, who has also done a number of modeling gigs. He was also on an episode of Tom Selleck's show, Magnum PI. And he's done numerous modeling and commercials. Owns a restaurant. He's got a video game, books, and a 12-3 record in the last 15 finals. So he's been doing well. Oh, big hit by Brooke Vandeweghe.
Nice chop, show line. Randy Stoklos reached out to take away the straight ahead shot. Brooke pulling it across his body for the kill.
Question, do you have to hit sharper against Randy Stoklos than regular players?
No, I think you have to hit higher.
Okay.
I think he reaches down the net better than almost anybody else on the beach. His hands are not necessarily that high. Brooke Vandeweghe being very successful with 11 kills now. You've got to hit the ball very high above the top of the net.
He's leading for the Killer Loop Kill Award. The most kills in the final game or match.
That's trouble.
But Smith makes something out of trouble with the deep poke into the corner.
Out of the briar patch. Randy Stoklos shanked the free ball pass and St. John with a winning poker.
So Andrew Smith and Brooke Vandeweghe assured of at least a second. Smith and Stoklos trying to wrap up their 9th victory of the year. Nice cut, but a great dig. St. John. Vandeweghe is there. It's got to come. Oh, and Andrew rolls it out of bounds. St. John Smith made the defensive play, picking up the cut. No one quicker. As Smith Stoklos moved to 9-2.
Randy Stoklos with the excellent bump set as well. St. John with the roll and the good read. Stoklos is all over this ball if it's in. Smith and Stoklos talking to each other the whole way. Go, go, it's out.
9-2 is our score.
Randy, come on.
Right on the net. Point coming. Yes, it is. I don't think Andrew Smith was ready for that. He wasn't even looking when that ball was served.
Well, he's pleading his case to Bobby Clark right now, saying, I'm not ready, but there's a 10-second whistle.
On the serve, he was not even looking. And Bobby Clark saying, I'm sorry, I blew the whistle, but I guess you weren't ready. And I believe we're going to get a timeout here. Either that or they got to get out the shovel to get Vandeweghe up.
I don't see any shovels, so it must be a timeout.
There are timeout to Vandeweghe and Andrew Smith. And we're going to take timeout. We're coming back to Philadelphia, Pier 42. Can Vandeweghe and Smith come back? We'll find out. Stay with us. For our championship final here on Prime Network. This is the final. The Miller Lite Philadelphia Open. Rain delayed and lightning delayed open. A number of people have left, but a hardcore group of fanatical fans braving the weather and the elements that have knocked out a couple of our cameras, our high cameras. So the coverage you will see from the low angles. And our crew doing a usual good job of following the action. Smith and Stoklos got off to a big lead and have maintained it the whole way. Smith right there, Andrew Smith, of course, is the younger brother of St. John Smith right there. Not by much. Andrew born in 1958, St. John in 1957. About a year apart, both born in May. Off Stoklos' head, that counts. Oh, and Stokey bombs it.
Stokey would prefer to block the ball with his hands, his forearms, but he'll settle for off the top of his head if it leads to a score. Again, does he line up on Brooke well? See him jump out into the line. I think this one went off the top of the tape. Got a little lucky here. And St. John, again, the best underhand control out here leads to a point.
A fast final moving along. Smith and Stoklos, 11. Smith and Vandeweghe, 2.
Here.
Oh, Did it hit Vandeweghe?
Awfully close.
Not about.
And
Right.
Stoklos is saying it hit him in the foot.
If it contacts Brooke Vandeweghe before the ball hits the ground, and he's throwing the...
This is not a bright play by Vandeweghe. Got to get out of the way.
No, I think it missed him.
Here we go.
I agree.
If the ball contacts his body before it hits the sand outside the court, the ball would go to Smith and Stoklos.
Right. He could be standing at the end of Pier 42. And
That's
take it,
right.
and it's still a point.
Good. Come on, help me. Right there. And no one.
St. John reaching high. Vandeweghe has it. Could be a point. And it is. Brooke Vandeweghe with a nice play and a good set by Andrew Smith, who has some of the sweetest paws, Paul. Did you just see a lightning bolt go by here?
Well, there's somebody been taking pictures with a flash, and I hope that's what it was, but it looked like lightning to me.
Well, I think I just saw a definite lightning bolt.
Well, there's the thunder.
Good.
Well, no offense against Andrew and Brooke, as they make a nice play here.
And that is definitely thunder, and I saw lightning, and that's a timeout. 11-4 is our score. We'll be back later. Right, we are back. 11-4 is our score. I've been notified by the people of Philadelphia that lightning has now gone over to Camden, New Jersey, so there's nothing to worry about. So they say. 11-4 is our score as Andrew Smith stuffs his brother St. John, and now it is 5-11.
Well, there's a little brotherly rivalry between St. John and Andrew. Andrew takes a lot of pride in his game. We've talked a lot about his modeling, no doubt. But volleyball, very important to Andrew. He would love to beat his brother.
Weather has knocked out our tie cameras. Ace down the middle, and Smith and Stoklos give up the husband and wife serve.
For the second time. Brooke
No
Vandeweghe,
communication.
once with the floater to the husband and wife area, this time with the hard jump serve for the spade.
And Vandeweghe feeling a little life now. 6 serving 11. And St. John retrieves this one. Smith. And the dig, but Andrew can't go. It's too far away. One of those controllable digs possibly by Brooke Vandeweghe.
One of the toughest plays to make defensively is the ball off the top of the block. You can dig the 190 miles an hour right to you, but off the block, changes speed, changes direction, tough to control.
Stoklos serving. His team ahead by 5.
Here. Randy.
St. John has it. Scooping to Randy. And a nice acrobatic play by Vandeweghe.
Not a good set by Andrew.
Now the wind blowing very heavily now, and it was a tough chance. That's going to be a point.
Brooke Vandeweghe made the nice pokey over his head. Andrew Smith has got to set that ball into a good position, unable to do a hitting error by Vandeweghe.
12-6 is our score. Championship final here on the Prime Network. Rain delayed. If you just joined us, we had a great semifinal 20-second timeout going to Smith and Vandeweghe. Great semifinal where Smith and Vandeweghe outlasted Powers and Johnson.
10 seconds.
Still some fanatical fans hanging on. Pro Beach Volleyball only comes to your part of the country once or twice a year, and so
the first time ever in Philadelphia. There are a lot of people who've been waiting for this tournament for a long time.
Have to find your way to Pier 42, and you don't want to go home. Stoklos. You see career wins. Smith on top. Stoklos. Andrew Smith has won 1. That was in '89. That was a double contact, but it was not called. Could be a point. Smith on his offside. Yes.
That is so sweet. And St. John reading defensively behind the block, and that's just Smith and Stoklos through the years. Make the defensive play, and then the great set in transition. When does St. John go? At the last possible moment. He makes the play, and then the great high set. And from his offside, a side he's hitting much better from as he gets older, the left, with the kill cross court.
You saw there one of the disadvantages of using the Kong block. You don't cover as much area. It's Vandeweghe off Smith. Smith looking deep. Here comes Andy. And Andrew out of the reach of his brother. A shot they have been seeing against each other.
St. John went down pretty hard. He might have had the wind knocked out of him again. This is a not soft sand out here.
And Randy's concerned about him, of course.
Says, yeah, you're still alive. Okay, serve it up. A little rainbow over the top, and St. John goes down very hard on his left side. Remember,
that's how Hovland hurt himself.
Exactly. Tim Hovland dislocated his shoulder in a very similar move.
So the Sandman is up, and his brother serving. 13-6 is our score. Stoklos cuts inside. Been a long day for Andrew Smith and Brooke Vandeweghe. They've had to play a lot of matches, a lot of games, a lot of long games, and they're huffing and puffing just a bit.
And they haven't been in this territory before, and that really takes its psychological toll. They haven't been here before as a team. You have to press for everything. Nothing comes easy, and they've had a great tournament.
Vandeweghe down the line. What a great shot by Brooke Vandeweghe. Off the net, a low, tight back set, or a low off back set, I should say. Able to drill it right through the hole.
Nothing much pretty about this side out. Not a great pass, and you can see Brooke Vandeweghe having to jump almost backwards, but still sneaks it down the line.
A 7-point lead for Smith Stoklos. Brooke Vandeweghe leads in for the Killer Loop Kill Award. That's $500 to the most lethal player in the final.
Terrible toss that time by Brooke Vandeweghe. Much too low. He's a big guy. He's got to toss the ball higher.
Vandeweghe with 14, Stoklos with 9, Smith with 9. So Vandy racking them up. But the Killer Loop Kill Award for Brooke Vandeweghe is a big payday, in addition to his big money here. It's not a kill. And what a play by Smith and Stoklos. And good hustle by Brooke Vandeweghe.
Look at St. John with the dig, and again, such good ball control. He just doesn't make the defensive play up to the net to his partner, Randy Stoklos. Vandeweghe and Smith unable to control on the other side.
All right, that point means another side chain. St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos 1 point away from here in Philly. We'll be back. Awfully good, but Smith and Stoklos have powered their way to championship point. And Stoklos doesn't like the toss. He'll do it again. First championship point for St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos. This could be it. Bad pass. There it is, and it's out of bounds.
There it is. Just too many errors and too much great volleyball control, play, and execution by that team right there, Smith and Stoklos.
And so, on an unusual weathered day, Smith and Stoklos win their 9th. Smith and Vandeweghe make a great showing. We're coming back. We'll talk to the Kings of the Beach after this. But it was not enough as Smith and Stoklos prevailed in the final. The Kings of the Beach win their 9th tournament. Once again, they are standing by with Paul Sunderland. Paul?